Tune in each and every week. Riley Ross coming back with Riley Ross on the mic. Make sure you tune in each and every week. Tune in each and every week. Hey, welcome back to Riley's Couch. You know who it is. I'm your one and only host, Riley Ross. So did you guys watch Empire last night? Oh my god. It is so good. I love Empire. And have you heard it's been renewed for its second season already? Y'all know this is only the second episode? No, the third episode, I think. And it's already renewed. And if you watch Gotham, that's been renewed for its second season already as well. So I'm super excited about this show. It's so good. Oh my god, I cannot take my eyes off of it. And I'm super excited too because it has limited commercials. So yes, it's like sitting there watching a mini movie every week. It's so good. Do y'all see the previews when they show what's coming on next week? I be so into it, and every time they show it, I always think it's what's going to happen throughout the season, and then it just say in the next episode. But yeah, welcome back, guys. I know I wasn't here last week, so here I am with a whole bunch of new stuff, and I have so much to say. Okay, I know that they premiered Light Girls on Monday, so I just want to talk about that real briefly. But first we're going to jump into celebrity news and see who landed up in Riley's hot seat this week. So Ludacris baby mama Tamika Fuller shows first picture of their 1-year-old daughter Kai Bridges, and she is so cute. She looks like both of them, but I could definitely see Ludacris all up in her face. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you go check out her picture, the cute 1-year-old. And if you haven't heard some other good news, well, maybe not for some of you ladies out there, but J. Cole has popped the big question to his longtime girlfriend, Melissa, of 9 years over the holidays. So congrats to the two. Cole also landed the new cover of ESPN's Music Issue alongside the one and only Dale Earnhardt Jr. Y'all remember he shouted him out in the credits at the end of his album, right? Well, they're on the cover together, so look who's winning. This is why I be trying to tell y'all, speak stuff into existence. He shouted him out. Now they doing covers together. Look at them taking rides and cars and all that. Check him out. I want to know what's going on with August, y'all. So there was a peaceful concert promoting anti-violence in St. Louis called the State of Emergency in memory of Mike Brown, where August got into a brawl, according to TMZ. August got into an argument with the show's promoter, Loose Cannon Slim. So it was over August showing up, apparently, to the event late, which quickly escalated into an all-out brawl. I guess that really defeats the purpose, and it's really unfortunate. If you haven't seen the video, you can go on to TMZ. They have the video posted. It got real ugly real quick. You talk about going to 0 to 100 real quick. Watch that video. So TLC was all over Twitter the other day over their new album. They raised over $60,000 in one day for the group's last and final album together. Chili and T-Boz started a Kickstarter campaign to raise $150,000 to help fund their fifth and final album without a label. So far, so good. Some people laughed at it. Some people was for it. I don't know how you guys feel. I think it's a really good idea, especially if you know anything about how it all works when, artists have labels behind them. They pretty much pay for everything, at least up front. It's kind of like going to the bank and taking out a loan. So they get all this money and it helps pay the, producers and writers and to have studio time and then, to campaign the album. It all depends on, pretty much to make sure everybody gets paid. But so far so good. $60,000 in one day. You can't really be mad. I ain't gonna knock the hustle, do y'all? And I will be waiting for that album. Nick Cannon, if you haven't heard, he filed for divorce from Mariah Carey. Everyone knows they've been split up, but they've actually gone ahead and filed for the divorce. and an adequate settlement has been reached between the two. So, they seem to be taking everything really well and handling it very maturely, which is, great to say. A lot of celebrities, when their breakups happen, especially divorces, it gets nasty real quick. It's a nice change to see them handling it in a mature way, especially because there's children involved. Hopefully they'll remain friends. So, if you did not hear, last week, Jordan Sparks finally decided that she wanted to talk about the breakup with Jason Derulo. And on Power 105.1, she pretty much broke it all down for us. And I guess Jason heard it. Eventually it got back to him, and he was not too pleased. And he took to Instagram trying to post paperwork of him leasing or buying a car. All in all, at the end of the day, your paperwork don't match up, boo-boo. Jason Derulo, we don't need you lying about your cars now. Jordan Sparks went on the Breakfast Club and spilled all the tea about the end of their relationship, and she spoke about the car that you claimed that you bought. But when you got on Instagram, fans quickly called him out. Like, the color of the car that she had and the color on the paperwork didn't match, and it was a 4-door car, it said on the paperwork, but really he bought her a coupe. So, I mean, I don't know. Your paperwork's not matching up. So I think he should have just left it alone, because he got slammed real quickly. But anywho, they just need to go their separate ways and let it be what it is going to be. She says she's, pretty much moved on. He seemed like he moved on. I think the way the relationship ended, from the way she's telling it, was pretty foul. But, whatever. It happens to the best of us. I just wish them both the best. So, if you don't know, Miss RiRi, we all waiting for her to drop R8. Okay? Now, it was supposed to drop back in like November or December, but it got pushed back because things weren't right. It's rumored that her album may be dropping Grammy week. And that's the same week of her birthday, I believe. And she also may be performing at the Grammys. So a little tweeting puzzle was going on. The other day, Grammy's official Twitter page tweeted out 8 emoji anchors and tweeted Grammy Week. And one of RiRi's known dancers also tweeted the same thing, but instead she wrote, "Who's ready for R8?" So, they got us going crazy trying to figure out when her album's going to drop. I think it would be a great marketing idea, though, if she did that, because 4 days after that is the NBA All-Star Weekend, and it's reported that RiRi may be the major artist doing the concert for the All-Star Weekend. So, I don't know. It's all speculation, but we're hoping that it's all true. We won't know anything, obviously, until it gets closer to the date. There has been no confirmation yet, so we're just waiting on that. And also, another little clue that they threw out there was that Roc Nation is organizing the event. So, anything's possible. Oh my gosh. So, did you see the pictures of the Knowles family out in LA at the park? And it was like a family gathering. They looked like they were all having a great time, bonding with the kids. And then the paparazzi got to come and mess everything up. Did you see the picture of Solange's face? She was not here for it. She was not having it. She went on Twitter and she posted a little message talking about that's why she lives in Noya. Gosh, I just do not let them have a break. Like, let them enjoy their family time. Why you gotta pull out the cameras? Okay, you seen Beyonce, and you seen Solange, and you seen Blue, and you seen Miss Tina. Let them live. Dang. I love Solange. And Lil Blue, her faces be off the hook. But yeah, so let's jump into some music releases. So Janae released a video for Spotless Mind. So make sure you guys head over to Vivo and check that out. Dawn Rashad released her album Black Heart, which hit the #1 spot on electronic charts on iTunes in an hour. So congrats to her for that. That's a major accomplishment. Also because she's an indie artist, and that's major. So congrats, Miss Dawn, on that. Frank Ocean last week did a tribute to Aaliyah. You can check out his song You Are Love, which is a rendition of her song. It's a cover of her song, Let Me Know. And Ciara, oh my God, I can't stop listening to her song, I Bet. This is the Ciara that I like. This Ciara, but I really like the Ciara that get crunk too, you know, like when she first came out. But these are the type of songs, this kind of remind me like when she did on her first, these remind me of songs from her first album. What was the song that she did? I can't even think of it right now. I can't think of it. But like this kind of music, this is the Ciara that I love. And I hate that it had to be like because she got her heart broke. But at the same time, I'm like, as a fan, I'm like, yes, this is like the Ciara that we want to hear. This and when she, you know, get crunk. I'm really loving this single. If you haven't heard it, make sure you head over to iTunes and buy that single. And of course, for the ladies, Trey Songz released Slow Motion. So if you haven't heard it, make sure you go support that and go download that off of iTunes as well. Willow Smith released Heart, and she also has another EP called Interdimensional Tesseract. So if you haven't heard that, make sure you listen to it. Go download it. And of course, my girl, who I love so much, Miss Tiffany Evans, is back with a video for her single Baby Don't Go, and with the leading man, Mr. Columbus Short. So if you haven't seen that video, make sure you go check it out on YouTube. So make sure you go check that out. And another artist that I adore, Imani, who released the video for Perfect. Make sure you guys go over and check that out. Support him. Always supporting that indie music. And make sure that you go take a listen to his remix for Work On Me featuring Cricket Eye. Angela, another indie artist, released her single Spaceship this week on iTunes as well. She also released a video for it, so make sure you guys head over to her YouTube page and check her out if you don't know who she is. She is an artist out of Virginia. You've probably seen her singing with artists like T-Soul. So make sure you guys definitely check her out. This is her first single out in a while, so yeah, make sure you listen to that. Chris Brown released a video for Autumn Leaves featuring Kendrick Lamar, so make sure you guys head over and check that video out on Vivo. And last week, 7th Streeter finally released her next single, Don't Kill the Fun, featuring Chris Brown as well. And last but not least, not really, it's still a couple more. Jasmine Sullivan released an album finally after all this time. She released her sophomore album, Reality Show. And can I tell y'all that I absolutely love this album, and I can't stop listening to it. I also love the song that she did that's like the Amy Winehouse song. What's it called? I really, really like that. It reminds me, it got that Amy Winehouse sound. Stupid Girls. Yes, Stupid Girl. Stupid Girl. Yes, that song that she did, I absolutely love it. I'm so happy she's back and the hiatus is over. So make sure you go support her and buy that album. Also, another artist I really like, Megan Trainor. You know the girl that sings, you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. Yeah. Well, her album is out and it's entitled Title. So if you haven't heard it and you like her style, her music, make sure you definitely go over to iTunes and download it, or go to your local Target and cop that album. Joey Badass dropped his album, and can we just talk about that for a minute, because I feel really bad, because I kind of like, I've heard his name, but I've been sleeping on him, and I really like his music. Oh my god, I was listening to his album and I could really hear like the influences for him. Like, I can guarantee if I sat down and spoke to him, I could pretty much guess that he really was into like Wu-Tang era music. Like his flows, his style remind me of like that era. Like I kept hearing stuff and I'm like, dang, he sound like Method Man to me. He is so dope. Don't be like me and sleep on his music. Definitely go check out his music. Definitely go buy his album. I love that his music has substance and he's not just rapping about cars, jewelries, and hoes. This is the kind of hip hop that I love. It's super dope. I love it. I hate when super talented artists like this get past me, but I'm so happy that I sat down and listened to his album. I went back and I started doing a little research, and I can't believe he is only 20 years old. He is such an amazing artist. Y'all that's been riding with him all this time, why you ain't put me up the game? Y'all ain't right. Let a sister know if she's slacking. And Lil Wayne recently dropped his mixtape, Sorry for the Wait, too. So yeah, that's all in music. And this week, we're going to talk that talk. Okay, so I mentioned earlier that I wanted to talk about the Light Girls premiere. Now, I have not watched it yet. When it premiered, I actually did not have the opportunity to watch it because I was busy, but it does come on again on Sunday, and I will be watching it. So, I just want to talk about the things that I've seen based around this documentary. I've seen a lot of negative comments about this documentary, and I knew after the first time I saw the commercial for it, there was going to be a quick divide within the black community, between women. And, I purposely blocked out reading or viewing comments, and I'm actually still doing it since I haven't seen it yet, but some things you just can't help but see. I just already knew the controversy that would come along with this film. I did not get to see it, like I said. I'm going to watch it on Sunday, but I do have to say this. I find it extremely disheartening that as black women, we tear at each other over something we have no control over. Our genetic makeup is, already made up before we even take our first breath. Dark, brown, light. We are the only race that has so many different shades. And instead of embracing this limited edition beauty, we do and say everything we can to break each other down and rip each other apart. We just deface one another. No one else has to do it from the outside because we pull the trigger for others. Like, we have to beat everyone else to the punch. It's bad enough that others load up the gun and cock it back for us. The fact that we as black women still carry the conditions and methods of slavery that masters use to divide us, and we still divide us continuously after all these years later, it's quite sad. Just because you're light doesn't make you superior. And if you believe that, I believe that, that's pretty ignorant of you. And just like being brown or dark doesn't make you any less. It's so crazy, the things that we allow people to put in our minds and what we carry with us. It's sad. Like, I don't even know any other way to explain it. Like, I would love to be like in a panel or something with women, because it is just, especially with black women of all different shades, it's crazy to me. We are the only race that divide ourselves with it without anyone else having to do it. Even, we do it subconsciously, and even the film was, it's separated. They have one for dark girls and one for light girls. Why couldn't it be one documentary about black women's experience because of their skin color? Why did it have to be separated? You see what I mean? Subconsciously. And I'm pretty sure that they didn't go in at a round table and say, let's divide it because we want to put them against one another. But subconsciously, it was done. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. No matter if you're dark, light, or brown, at the end of the day, we've all faced some type of discrimination within and outside of our race. And it has affected us all mentally. Just because you're light doesn't mean that you don't face discrimination. And it doesn't mean that you don't face discrimination from your own people, just like dark girls face discrimination from within their own and outside of. Saying things like, oh, you're not dark enough, or she's too black, or she's light, so she thinks she's all that, or she's dark and she's ugly. Like, don't allow people's negativity to dictate your life. I don't even have enough time to really, because this is a conversation that is needed for a panel. And I know that it's so heartbreaking when it comes from your own kind. Like, comments like that don't even live on the lips of a woman who loves and accepts herself. We need to take a step back and evaluate ourselves and stop hurting one another. Instead, embrace our limited edition differences. Uplift that beautiful brown girl, or that dark girl, or that light girl. Give each other compliments. Personally, I do it pretty often. If I see a girl, and this has nothing to do with race, but just women in general, if I see a girl and I like something that she has or she's rocking, like if she just, got this dope haircut or these nice braids or these twists or whatever, dreads, like if she's wearing a nice outfit, if I like her shirt or the jeans that she's rocking or the dress or whatever it may be, her makeup, glasses, shoes, her nails could be popping. Like, if I like it, I'll say it. Like, oh, I think that's really nice. Oh, that looks cute on you. Like, and it's not to be like funny or anything. Sometimes, girls don't know how to take compliments from other women either. Learn how to take compliments as well as receiving them. Like, if I see something and I like it, I have no problem saying it because I don't feel threatened by another female. And like I said, this is my views looking out. You may not agree with what I'm saying, and that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to agree, but this is my opinion. None of us are perfect, but the goal is not to be perfect, but to love oneself, because when you love you and you're comfortable with you, someone else's ignorance won't even affect you. It'll roll off your back like water touching oil. It won't even bother you. You get to a point like that. When you're comfortable with who you are, it shows. And people who have discomfort with themselves, it shows on them as well too. They'll be easy to spot. People who are comfortable with themselves aren't gonna attack other people. So you may have something that girl wants, and that grows envy, jealousy, and hate. And it's sad, but it's true. But you know what you do? Sometimes you got to kill people with kindness. So that girl says something to you, oh, you're this, you're that. She don't have it. She probably wants it. She probably longs for it. She probably wished for it. Nobody knows what happened to who, and everybody has a story. If you know someone or meet someone like that does things because of your skin color, know it's ignorance. And ignorance is bliss. You can't change people, but you can start with you. Start by looking in the mirror and saying something nice to yourself every day. Finding something you love about you and always walking with your heads held high. That's confidence. Women of all complexions need to stand together and admire the beauty that we all bear. It's hard enough when people from other races throw those negative words and thoughts on black women. Let's not continue the cycle within our own. That's even worse when you're cast out from your own people. And sometimes people say things and they don't even realize it's hurtful. Let them know. Hey, I don't like that comment you made. I felt hurt by this. And sometimes it's easier for us to be mad than to admit that we've been hurt. Say something. Speak up, because that's real hurt and raw pain. And you carry that with you. Why carry that burden? And this person is walking around free as could be, and you're holding this grudge, and you have this hate or this stigma against all people of this kind because of that one person. You see what I mean? That's how it grows. And it's only within us. We separate ourselves based off of complexion. And we have so many shades in the black race. And no other race has it. And I just can't wrap my mind around. I can't I can't wrap my mind around it. Who's going to love us if we don't love ourselves? We're all queens, so let's act accordingly. I'm with it. Let's all be with it, huh? So with that being said, and like I said, you don't have to agree with me, but you can't tell me there's not a bit of truth in what I'm saying. I have friends that are all different shades. I mean, I come from a family that's all different shades, from the lightest of light to dark skin as well. Even within my own siblings, we're all different shades. And I never grew up looking at them differently because of the color of their skin. That's my brother or that's my sister. It was never anything crazy. I want us to come together. If we can come together over this past year with all the things that have happened, let's also tackle these other major issues within our own community. Because when we become one, nothing will ever be able to infiltrate that. Those are just my thoughts on it. But feel free to comment, share your thoughts or your experiences with me. So on a lighter note, I want to end off, of course, as always, with a quote. Be thankful for what you are now and keep fighting for what you want to be tomorrow. Think on that, guys, and be whoever it is you want to be and put out into the world what you want to get back. On that note, I'll see you next week. I'm out.